Hey folks, a hot day across the valley again today. It's the day before the front that's not going to do a lot. It'll cool it off a little bit, but we mentioned before the break, well, a couple of places went over 100 degrees today. McAllen did it for the 5th time this month of April. That's a record. Brownsville didn't quite make it today, stayed in the 90s, but if you look at the records, the previous number of days in April going over 100 was 4, set in 1963, 2011, 2014, and now 2020. That's out because we've gone to 5 times this time around. If you look at Brownsville, still 2, and we may hold at that. I don't think we're going to hit it again this month in Brownsville, so probably won't touch that 100-year-old record. Here are the current temperatures. Look at the west. 110 is reading at Starr County right now. Everybody else in the 90s except the beach. 80 at South Padre Island. Still a little bit of haze at the coast. 98 right now in Harlingen. 91 in Port Isabel. Add the humidity in. This is what it feels like. It's humid out there. It feels hotter in Port Isabel than it does in Weslaco. Feels like 99 in Edinburgh right now. Feels like 109, so the humidity's down a little bit in Starr County. Now, tomorrow's highs not over 100. We're looking mostly at upper 80s and low 90s across the region. Cooler at the coast, and there could be a spotty shower a couple of times. Once with the front in the morning, and then there could be some stuff come out of the mountains late in the day. We'll talk about that in a second. But if you're cooking out tomorrow afternoon for the family, here's what you can expect. I think temperatures start in the 80s at 1 o'clock, about 86 degrees, about 88 at 4. When you consider today at 4 was closer to 100, it'll be a lot more comfortable. And again, a spotty shower possible a couple times during the daytime, so you might need to keep that grill where you put a lid on it if you need to do that. 89 tomorrow, 87 on Sunday, which is perfectly normal for this time of year, then back to 91 by the time we get to Monday. Records will not be threatened the next 3 days. Satellite doesn't show a whole lot today. Not much going on out there. It's been pretty quiet, and Future Track suggests it's quiet most of the night, but late night and early morning when that front comes in, there could be a brief shower. The chance of that's about 10%, something like that. And then late in the day, we're watching for moisture to come up out of Mexico and into tomorrow night. See that stuff coming close to the river? It'll probably hit the cap and fall apart like it typically does, but there could be a shower sneak into the western part of the valley overnight tomorrow night, and then Sunday should be a rain-free day during the daytime on Sunday. And with that temperature, it's just a little bit cooler. So your rain chances, 10% during the day tomorrow, 20% tomorrow night, and then we're dry after that for Sunday and again for Monday. Air quality's gone back to good in the upper valley and up to moderate in the lower valley, but I suspect this weekend it'll drop a degree or two, especially when we get into Sunday as our moisture flow comes back. The smoke layer's turned on here. If you look at the coast, you see a little bit of grayish, so we do have some smoke at the coast right now, and this is going forward, actually 24 hours worth of pictures. Notice how it kind of breaks a little bit, but it's still there. You have to look really closely to see it, but it's there, and I think it'll be with us for a while. Bigger picture, warm front moving away, cold front moving in. That could trigger a shower. Then we watch for the moisture to come out of Mexico tomorrow afternoon. Pretty much quiet across the rest of the state of Texas. Not much happening anywhere else. By the middle of next week, another front could trigger yet another shower. So for tonight, 75, mainly clear. Watch for a shower near sunrise when the front comes in. Winds will turn to the northeast then. Your high tomorrow, 89. Again, maybe a brief shower in the morning with the front, and then tomorrow night there could be a shower coming out of the mountains. We'll watch for that. 89, 87, back to 91 on Monday, and then another chance of rain shows up about Wednesday of next week. Chance of a shower, maybe even a thunderstorm, and that will cool it back into the 80s for the second part of next week, at least for a day. But boy, all the fronts right now just sneaking through barely and cooling temperatures off a little bit, putting us at least closer to normal for a day or so. That's your updated First Warn 5 AccuWeather forecast.